So my next question for you is, how does participating in the life of the church help youth locate themselves in the sacred narrative of the story, the sacred narrative?
Dr. Farmer, I can't think of a more on the money question, right? So we talk about sacred narrative, we talk about youth and faith. If they don't connect, it doesn't mean as much to us. It doesn't mean much at all, actually. So we want to think really deeply about how, if there's a sacred narrative, how do young people actually participate in that, and then say, this is my story. The story of the world, the story of my family, the story of my church, the story of the body of Christ around the world that crosses all cultures and all languages and all ethnicities and is one body. I'm part of that story. How do people actually find that to be their own story? I don't have all the answers, but here's some things that I've seen in New York. What I've seen in New York is the way that that happens is when a church community invites their young people to lead the worship, when it invites them to read the scriptures, when it asks them to join the choir, when it asks them to bring a sermon and to share their faith, when it asks them to testify. It is by the participation in the practices that are so crucial to transmitting the faith, when they are welcome and invited on their own terms within this body to share their gifts, to share their experiences, to share their questions, and to share their telling of the story. Then it becomes more deeply theirs. There's also another way. The church that I go to in Harlem is called Fresh Oils Ministries. And Pastor Adrian Krosky has a way of introducing a text and then asking everybody to answer questions. What's your takeaway? What do you think of this? Who are you? And she asks everybody, young and old, what you think about that text. And I know that my sons and other people in the church learn how to answer those questions. They learn how to be leaders, they learn how to understand the text, and they learn how that story is theirs. Even when our attempts to sing well fall short, or to collect the offering well fall short, to do those things right, we're learning how to do all of those things as a community. But when we do them together, and we trust in the grace of God that we can be present to that experience learning together, then I think there is a great opportunity for our young people to experience that sacred story, which is found through the practices of faith, as their own story.